Hi guys, welcome to my new video. In this one we are going to be using the band to do some abdominal and some leg work. So you need a stretch band. If you have one like me, we are going to tie it around our ankles. So if you place your feet to hip distance and thread it around the back and just wrap it around once, tie it in a double knot. So make sure your feet are hip distance apart, because otherwise you'll find you won't be able to move very far. And tie it in a double knot. And don't worry if it doesn't feel particularly tight at first, because it will tighten up. You may have a band that's just all one loop, which is brilliant as well. Just make sure that it's a strength that you will be able to work with. And what we're going to do is come and start lying down onto our side. So bottom arm under the side of your head, and you might want to put a cushion between your head and your arm. Hips, knees and ankles stacked, and think about lifting the waist away from the floor. Try and draw that waist up and in. See if you can rest your arm on your side. And as we breathe out, we're just going to lift that top leg up and down. So again, don't worry too much about how much the band is stretching. As long as we're pressing up into the top of the band, we're going to be activating the outer thigh, the glutes, those oblique side muscles as well. But you haven't really got the ability to stabilize yourself very well here, so you can't bend your bottom knee. So we've got to work from here. Imagine your belly button and your lower back are connecting. And see if you can lift that leg and hold it. Just hold it up. So we're pressing into the top of the band. The leg is nice and long. Kind of reach it away. And then let's do some singles. So we inhale down. We exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And again. And gradually your leg is going to get a little bit heavier as we work through, as it starts to fatigue. Let's see if we can lift and hold it once again. Pressing into the top of the band. Just reaching that leg away for 5, 4, 3, 2. One last set. Singles. Inhale down. Exhale up. And again, let's see if we can do 5 more. 4, 3. Really good. 2. One more. Lovely, and then rest that leg. Gently prop yourself up to seated and see if you can slide that band up over your knees. So this is where you need that little bit of extra slack. So if your band is too tight, you might find that a bit tricky. And we're going to come and lay ourselves back down. We're going to bend the knees now. So hips, knees and ankles stacked in this nice triangle. Your feet should be in line with your hips behind you. And again, think about lifting that waist, hand on your hip. And we're just going to lift that top knee up and down, keeping the feet together. Your aim here is to keep that upper body nice and long. So keep looking straight ahead. And again, imagine belly button and lower back connecting, drawing in towards your center. Really good, guys. Keep it going. Fantastic. And again, 2 more. Last one. Can we hold it lifted? And can we do some little pulses? Trying to keep the pelvis still. Keep the upper body stable. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee. Now you're going to feel a little bit uneven here because we've only worked one side. But bring yourself over onto your back. Place your feet and knees to hip distance, so the band is still above the knees. And we're going to rest our arms to our sides first of all, feet flat to the floor. And as we breathe out, press both knees out and in. Breathe out to press. Rolling onto the outside edges of your feet. And imagine the hip bones nice and square to the ceiling. The pelvis is staying still. Now if you wanted, we're going to float the arms overhead, hands around the back of the head. And as we press the knees wide, we're going to curl the head and shoulders up. Exhaling to nod the chin, curling up. Inhaling to lower. Imagine again, belly button and lower back are connecting right into the center of the body. You can stay with this, or let's bring the knees one at a time to tabletop. So knees are lifted. Bring the heels together and gently press the knees slightly wide. And as we curl the head and shoulders up, we're going to straighten the legs, bringing the knees and the inner thighs together. And then we lower the head and shoulders down. We keep the heels together, but knees go wide. Breathe out, curl up. Breathe in, bend. Breathe out, curl up. Breathe in and bend. And again. So we're gently rotating through the hips. We press into the band as we bend the knees. We extend. We bend. We extend. And again. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. And then as we come back to the floor, place the feet down one at a time. We are going to curl the head and shoulders up. And we're going to reach the arms down by our side. So we come into 100 position. We're going to pulse the arms up and down. See if you can breathe in for 5 pulses. Breathe out for 5 pulses. Now this is option 1. Option 2, we could bring one knee to tabletop. 2 knees to tabletop. We could extend one leg away, or 2 legs away, or using the band we could press those feet out wide, pointing the toes, lengthening from hip to toes, breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Can we do another set of 10? Breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. And then drawing those knees towards the chest. Give your back a little massage. And then lift the head and shoulders. Roll yourself all the way to seated. Let's sweep ourselves over onto the opposite side to which we worked last time. So we're going to keep the band above the knees to begin with. And we're going to start with knees bent. So you've got that nice triangle position. Lift the waist. Open the chest, hand on your hip, and we're just going to lift that top knee up and down. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Really nice, and again. So turning out through that hip joint, and you might find it feels a bit easier on this side because we've done it first before the other leg lifts. So you might find you've got a little bit more control maybe. 2 more. And on our last one, let's lift and hold and gently pulse into that band. Pulses are a little bit tricky because they want to knock you off balance, so we've got to pull into that center. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to lower the knees, carefully press yourself up and just roll that band back down towards your ankles. And we'll come back to the floor, so arm under the head, arm on your side, waist lifted. Try and draw away from the mat. And we're just going to lift and lower that top leg. So nice long leg now, reaching from hip to toes. Really good, pulling in, belly button and lower back connecting. Really nice. And again. Let's see if we can lift and hold. Reaching from hip to ankle, keep that leg really long. So imagine you're stretching out the side of the body. And let's do some singles. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You might be starting to fatigue now. So just grit your teeth, just focus on that posture, on that upper body. The legs are strong, they can work for a long time. Fantastic. Can we lift and hold it? So lift that leg, pressing up into the band. Keep the leg long. Imagine your toes are trying to reach the wall at the end of the room. Ooh, let's lower it down. One last time. Singles. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Deep breath in. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And relax. Very gently roll yourself over onto your back and hug those knees towards you. And if you can, just curl up and remove the band. We're going to keep hold of our knees and gently roll ourselves to seated. And as we come on up, just straighten your right leg out and step your left foot over. And just turning to look over your left shoulder, hug your knee towards you. So you feel the glutes, you feel the bottom muscles starting to stretch. And then turn to face forward, swap it over, straighten that left leg, step your right foot over, turn to look over your right shoulder and hug that knee towards you. Keep trying to sit up nice and tall. So you want to feel the outer thigh, the glutes, maybe the lower back a little bit as well. And then we'll gently turn to face forwards. Stretch the legs out, have a reach towards the toes. And relax. And that is your little workout for the legs and the abs using the stretch band.